Hey YouTube, this is part 4 of the 5 C's Basic Survival Gear video series. Today we're going to do cordage. So watch the intro and we'll be right back. Cordage. There's lots of different cordage types, and obviously you can make cordage out in the woods, taking strands of inner bark and reverse wrapping them. It's very time consuming. I've made some myself, and I don't know, I swear it took me an hour to make 3 foot of usable cordage. Now granted, I'm a beginner, and I'm sure there's people that can do it a lot faster than I can, but it's very time consuming. So let's just go over some of the most popular things you see guys carry. We're going to start with jute twine. Jute twine, 7-pound tensile strength. It's just twisted natural fibers, a lot like what you would make if you were making natural cordage. Doesn't take up a lot of space, it's extremely light. And it does have a secondary purpose. You can kind of untwist it, fray it all up, and you can make a bird's nest out of this. So it can be used as tinder also. So, you know, with something like this, you can carry cordage and tinder. Again, it's not real strong, 7 pounds. You know, I don't think I'd be making ridge lines or much with this. But, you know, just lashing some simple things, lightweight things together, jute twine will work for you. I always carry some jute twine for the reason of having a 2-in-1. Cordage and some tinder. That's jute twine. The next one that's fairly popular is Bankline. Dave Canterbury, he loves Bankline, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was the guy that started the whole idea of carrying Bankline. There's different sizes. They go by, it's a number system. I'm not sure if it's gauge, how thick it is. I'm sure that's what it is. But basically you have, you know, 3 or 4 strands twisted together. It's tarred. Now this is the cheaper stuff from Walmart, so there's not a whole lot of tar content, but you can see it's just not real floppy like regular cordage. It has some stiffness to it, and the good stuff, if you smell it, you can definitely smell the tar that it's coated in. The nice thing about it is, you know, you get some pretty decent tensile strength. It's small, so you can carry a lot of it in a pretty small package. You know, 25-50 feet of this, you know, easily fit in the palm of your hands. It's great for, you know, again, not ridgeline type material, but for tying things to the ridgeline, tying off the base of like a tarp to the tent pegs. It does a great job for that. And a lot of times when you're doing like a prusik loop onto a ridgeline, you want the prusik loop to be a smaller diameter than your ridgeline. So I usually carry a bunch of this in my kits. And I've also carried some pre-made prusik loops ready to go. So they're already made and I don't have to fumble around with them. That's Bankline. Next up, I think everyone's favorite, Paracord. Paracord is, now, so there's 2 types of paracord. Military grade paracord, I think it's considered like type 4, type 5, something like that. Type 3, I don't remember exactly. But it's 550-pound max load tensile strength. It is a nylon outer core with 7 inner nylon strands. So you can strip this all apart and have 8 pieces of cordage, the 7 inner strands and the outer sheath. So obviously you carry 10 feet of paracord, you're technically carrying 80 feet of usable cordage. Again, the smaller pieces can be used to tie off to tent pegs. You can use it for fishing line. You know, many other uses for paracord. There's, you know, probably thousands of YouTube videos on the uses of paracord. Now, you can also go into some stores and find stuff listed as paracord. I just was in, I think, Walmart yesterday, and in their hardware section, they had rolls of 25 or 50 feet lengths of paracord. And then you look at the package, you read the package, and it says maximum load 150 pounds. So it's not true 550 cord. So just keep an eye on that when you're buying it. In most cases, 100-pound tensile strength would probably be fine for ridge lines and stuff. But if you're lashing something, if you needed to make like a raft and you wanted to lash it together, you've got to make sure the cordage you're using is going to be strong enough to hold everything all together. So just keep that in mind depending on what you need to do with it and what you're expecting of it. The commercial stuff is fine, but if you want the good stuff, definitely, military surplus store or something like that online, get military grade paracord. Now on top of that, there's a few new products out. This one's not that new, maybe a year or two old. This is made by Livefire. This is called 550 fire cord. So it looks just like 550 cord. However, you can see here, there's an 8th strand. Let's see if I can get it out of here. There we go. There's an 8th strand, this red strand right here. This is tinder. It's basically, I'm assuming some sort of cotton material, but it's then coated with that Livefire waxy tinder that they use. So you can actually, cut a chunk of this off, pull out the red strand, fluff it up with the back of your knife, and it'll take a spark no problem off of a ferro rod, or obviously you can just light it with a lighter. So that's pretty neat. So it gives you two purposes. You can use this for, like I use it for knife lanyards. So if I've got a ferro rod on my knife, I always have a tinder with my knife. Zipper pulls are another great thing I've seen these used with. Then there's a company I see on Facebook a lot, Titan Survivor cord. I believe that is 550 cord with, I think you have your 7 inner strands plus a strand of wire for snares, a strand of monofilament fishing line, and a wax coated jute twine, all inside of the 550 cord. So you're getting fishing line, snare wire, and a tinder in that cord. Check them out. It's Titan Survivor cord. What else can you use for cordage? Well, you can use duct tape. Cut this down into strands, twist it all together, make a rope with it. Obviously, duct tape's really strong. It's fibrous, and it burns also. It can be used as a fire extender because it burns slow. And obviously the hundreds of other uses for duct tape, but it is a cordage option also. And then of course there's just rope. This is just cheap Walmart rope. I don't even know what the strength is of this rope. I just saw it. I needed it. I don't remember, to tie something down in a trailer. I wouldn't carry it. I mean, obviously it's big, it's bulky. You're not getting a whole lot of strength unless you're buying like, actual rappelling rope. I think there's a lot better options. Paracord probably being the biggest option. This is just too big and bulky, but it is an option. Some other things that technically can be used for cordage to tie things together would be like fishing line. I've seen people talk about dental floss. It is a cordage, it's a string, it's pretty strong, so that can also be used. Along with any other thing in the wilderness that you can think of, vines, even small saplings you can twist together and tie things off if you had to. So not a real exciting topic, but it is one of the 5 C's. Cordage. Definitely carry some in your pack. A combination of like paracord and some Bankline or jute twine. Whatever you feel works best for you based on your skill set. that's everything I got on cordage for you. Like I said, there's many other options. Take a look around, see what works best for you. And as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that greatly. And get outdoors, have fun out there, but be safe out there. Take care.